Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my March book haul part 2. So these are all the new books that I got. I have 15 altogether. I have 13 here physically and 2 that are showing up later today. So if I might just tack them on at the end. We'll see how this goes. So yeah, I did not do very well with my book buying this month. It was, well, I'm not going to say an epic fail. I mean, I definitely got twice as much as I planned on. I spent more than I planned to by probably about $30 or $40. So, it's here. It's done. Anyway, so we're just gonna go through this. Most of these looks like most of them are fiction. There's 3, well, there'll be 4 nonfiction when one of the books comes before, but the rest is fiction. So I'm just gonna go through them and we'll just talk about them. So this is the only one I had pre-ordered this month. It's In a Badger Way by Shelley Lawrenson. So this is the second book in the Honey Badger Chronicles. Now, unfortunately, I meant to read the first book of this series earlier this month, and it just did not happen. So now I got 2 books in this series, and I haven't read them. So it's an urban... Well, it's a paranormal romance, pretty much. I think it's mostly romance, yeah. So, but it has to do with honey badgers and I think werewolves. I can't remember. As I said, I only read the first chapter of the first book, which of course is not Hot and Badgered. I was going to read it. I picked it up one day and then I never picked it up again, and I should have, and I want to. I do like her writing. So, but that was the only one I had pre-ordered because I was hoping to have already read the other book. So anyway, I got 2 of this. I think it's a trilogy. I'm not sure. We'll find out. But I'll get to that at some point. I also got Kill the Farm Boy by Delia S. Dawson and Kevin Hearn. I read books from both of these authors, and this is supposed to be kind of a farcical, like, fantasy of, how the farm boy is the one who's the chosen one, and I guess everything goes wrong. So I'm not quite sure. I hear it's really funny. I know another book is coming out, I think later this year, or it just came out. But I wanted to try the original one. I don't really like this copy. I like the hardback copy cover better, but whatever. Oh well. But here is the book. I am super pissed off about it. Okay, I bought this one time from another vendor, and I took it back to Amazon, even though it's a marketplace one. But I swear I got the same copy back when I ordered it again from Amazon. I was pissed. Anyway, so it's not the cover that I wanted, which normally, as I said, like, I'm not huge into cover buy, but this looks dirty and disgusting, but the book looks new. Other than that, it's the way it just looks horrible. So it's A Few Right-Thinking Men by Solari Gentile, but look how it's like, I mean, first of all, this is not the cover that you see online. It's a really pretty cover, and it's, kind of illustrated kind of thing, and it's really pretty. I mean, this is not a bad, like, image. It's the fact that it's supposed to be white, but it's only white in here. It's all dark. Look at this, and it's same on the back. To me, this is dirty, and I swear this is the same copy I took back to the Amazon store when I received it online. I think it's the same one that I got. I got it for cheaper this time around, by only like $1 cheaper, but still, I still think it's dirty. I'm not happy. I'm probably going to complain. I probably won't return it again. I'm just going to probably try to read it. Sorry, this is a mystery. I think in 1931 in Australia, and it follows Roland Sinclair. It's as I said, it's a mystery series, and it has to do with he's living his life, and then something happens to, I think, his uncle. And he kind of tries to figure out what happened. It has to do something with political in that time period in 1931 in Australia. So, it sounds really cool. Anyway, and I love Sydney. So, and I like Australian literature, so I do want to read this. It's just, I'm mad about the copy. I'm ticked. I'm ticked. Okay, so then the other, fiction. I'm having things in the wrong places. I did get from Book Depository, Legends of the Condor Hero, Hero Born by Jin Young. So I've heard about this from, I think, the Bookish Land, and it's China, 1200 AD. And so it's, it's a Chinese fantasy, I believe. So I don't know a whole lot about it. I pretty much just bought it a couple months ago. I know it's something to do with Genghis Khan. I think it's something where he goes back home after being in Genghis Khan's army, and then something happened. I don't know. It was supposed to, I wish I knew more. I don't actually remember what I bought this for. I just know it was supposed to be kind of a fantasy. Oh, this is like a pen name of Louis Cha. I didn't see that at the very bottom. Oh, it is probably translated from the Chinese by Anna Homewood. Yeah. So, anyway, I don't know a lot about it. If you guys have read this, let me know. I just hear it's really good. I know the second book just came out as well, but I bought the first one just to try it out. I mean, I don't read a lot of that. It sounds interesting. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I did buy a new copy of Mary Barton by Elizabeth Gaskell. The copy I had was one of those Dover classics, and the font was just horrific. I could barely read it. My eyes just hurt just when I was trying to read it last month. So I bought another copy. It took me a little while to get it. I also bought this from Book Depository. So I am in the middle of it. So hopefully I'll be able to pick it up at some point and finish this book. Again, this is 1840s where are they? Is it Manchester? I don't know. But it's following Mary and John. Is it John Barton? And their life in this industrial town and things that happened there. So I've only, as I said, I've only read about 60 pages of that the last month, 2 months ago. So I need to get back and finish that. But it's a Gaskell that I have not read, and I want to read more of her books, and I haven't made a lot of progress because the font was horrific. Boy, I'm complaining a lot about books today. Sorry about that. I also picked up a Study in Scarlet Women by Sheree Tom Thomas. I have seen this around, and it's one of those books that I had noticed. Haven't read many Sherlock Holmes retellings, or ones that have changed. So I think it's supposed to be Charlotte Holmes. Yeah. So I'm not sure, but again, it looks Victorian, and it's history, and it's a mystery. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know enough about it, but I've heard good things about the series, so I thought I'd enjoy that. I also picked up a cozy mystery, which as I said, I do pick up once in a while. And this is A Dark and Stormy Murder, the first book in the Writer's Apprentice series by Julia Buckley. I can't remember who I saw this on. Could have been Bree Hill. I can't remember. But somebody had this from March Mystery Madness, and I went out and bought it right away from Amazon. It has to do with the woman who becomes the writer's apprentice to a best-selling suspense novel writer, and then I think somebody so the main character is all excited to be there, and then somebody dies anyway, because it's a small town in Blue Lake, Indiana. So I've not read a lot of books from Indiana, so we'll see. Anyway, it looks like a cozy mystery. There's several in the series. And it says, if books could kill. Anyway, so it was book related, writer related, and it was a cozy mystery. I had to try that. And then earlier in the month, I just splurged and finally got the rest of the other series. I did not have Marked in Flesh and Etched in Bone, which are 4 and 5 of the Others main series. And then I also picked up Lake Silence, which is the first book in the other, I don't remember what the second series is called. The World of the Others series. So, and there I threw the book. So anyway, I'm continuing to read this series, as I said. So I got them now, all that are in paperback. The second book in this series just came out, so I'll be waiting for paperback probably next year for that one. So I might, if I get to the point where I've finished all these, I might be getting that from the library because I'm not going to buy them hardback. They're paperbacks. Anyway, and then my three, the three that I have physically here right now of nonfiction. I got The Forest Unseen, A Year Swatch in Nature by David George Haskell. I saw this, I think, last year on Doris All D Books and Heidi's My Reading Life. When they read this together, and I've been wanting to read it since I heard about it from them. So it has to do with I believe he's a would be a biologist, right? A biologist, and he looks at this small little area like for all year to see the changes that it happens, and it's just this one little square, one square meter. So I think that sounds really fascinating. I've heard of things like this where people or scientists take like a little section of something to look at. So I kind of want to see how this goes. I don't read a lot of nature nonfiction, but this one I've been eyeing, so I finally just bought it one day. So that's how I work. I also picked up one. I admit I've been watching Becky Ford reading this, and I just go, oh, I need to read that. And but I didn't realize how, I mean, it looks massive on the screen, but I didn't realize how big it was. And that is The History of the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, and I have volume 1 by Edward Gibbon. And so this was, I think it was, written quite earlier in this century, but it's supposed to be like one of the definitive tellings of the Roman Empire. So I'm very interested in this. Again, it's one of those history things that I think I should read, so I got it. It's huge. It has a lot of notes. It's massive. It's going to be a project, but it probably won't happen right now, but I bought the first book. And I will probably watch the second and the third one to see if they price drop at any point and buy those two. But I got the first one. I can start that project. It'll be a while. And then I picked up the Gulag Arpeggio. I don't know how you say that word. I can't, sorry. By Alexander, I'm thinking that's how his name is said, Solensian. Anyway, this was written in the, I think the 50s or 60s, maybe. So I haven't really looked into this. I know I put this on my on a list, and it dropped in price one day. So this is actually an abridged, I guess there's a bigger chunk, but it's a history of the gulags in Russia from 1914? Oh crap. 1918 to 1956. And so it has to do with the time he spent there as a prisoner, as well as other people's stuff, like he talks to them, and he has other a lot of data on that again, a lot of that was not talked about, or other people didn't know who hadn't been in the system. Anyway, so I can't remember where I saw about this. I'm pretty sure it just popped up as something because I was looking at a lot of Russian other books at one point, and I've attached it to my wish list, and I've been watching it, and it dropped in price. Not the cover I really care about. I'm just being picky today. Anyway, but still, it was, I mean, I just read the introduction, and I'm like, I want to start reading this, and I can't right now, but because I just have so many other things that I want to read. But this is definitely going to be something I pick up. If I don't pick it up earlier, it'll probably be on my Nonfiction November TBR. So that's what I got right now. I have 2 more books coming. I will try to slip them in here at the end, so that'll be all the books. I will check back with you in a little bit. Hi guys, so the last books showed up from Amazon for my March. One of them was War of the Roses by Con Igwilden. This is Stormbird, the first one in the trilogy of the War of the Roses. I don't know a lot about this. I just know that it's fictionalized for 1437 and Henry VI, and I'm guessing the War of the Roses. I don't know anything about that time period, so it just sounded fascinating. I'm sure I saw it on Goodreads on one of the Reading Through the Ages prompts. I'm not sure which one. And then I picked up the nonfiction The Rival Queens by Nancy Goldstone. This is Catherine de Medici, her daughter Marguerite de Valois, and the betrayal that ignited a kingdom. And I think this has to do with kind of a rebellion of some sort. I can't remember exactly. They mentioned it in The Three Musketeers, and 20 years after, a few times they would mention Catherine de Medici and some of the stuff she did. I can't right now recall what it was. Anyway, but I want to read it. Anyway, I'm just trying to do this really quick because I don't have that long time. So anyway, if you guys think any of these books I need to pick up sooner rather than later, let me know. I know I got a lot of books this month, and next month has all the library sales. So we'll see what happens. Talk to you guys later. Bye.